Hey gamers, welcome back to Banished Souls. Captain Cryptic here. I hope you've been having a wonderful week so far. So I want to show you a few things. We are coming to the end of Season 1, which will be bringing Season 2 up soon. I want to show you exactly how many days we have left before that happens here. It would appear to be 25 days until the reset. So that's a little over 3 weeks. It's going to give you some time to get some things up. So what should you be doing? Perhaps you've already come in and you have farmed out the Roadman Goat and you've taken out the Blighted Bastion. You have all of the cosmetics in the game based on that assumption, folks. We'll show you what we've been working on. So within our group, one of the things we want to make sure we have is we want to make sure that we have plenty of pieces of 8. So you can see we have over the 999,000 limit. That is going to be over a million, close to 2 million. We're currently sitting on 4460, so that's 4,460 of the sovereigns, and our silver is over a million as well. So when you get those plus marks, you want to continue to grind. So I know we put out some videos in the past, the best way to get silver, and I'm telling you, I still stand by that. That is going to be the best method to get silver, which is where you're going to come over and you're going to pick up. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong area here, folks. You're going to want to come over here and you're going to want to pick up a delivery mission in your order registry. This is going to help you get cannonballs. It's going to help you to get white skull products that you're going to use for the raw materials to keep your white skull going into gold skull, and your snuff and things like that as well. It's going to keep that going. But what you want to do to get silver, the easiest way I've found is you want to pick up these daily roving missions and then attack the ships that are on the way. Don't bother delivering any skull rum or anything like that. Don't even load it on the ship. You're just going to come out and you're just shooting helm ships like crazy. When you have completed your farming and you're done farming for that time, what you want to do is come over and blow up the actual liaison there. That's going to give you not just the 240 pieces of 8 that you see there as reward. It's going to give you a little bit of a bonus. You usually get about 280 running that roving contract. So that's a quick way to get you some 8s. It's going to give you a lot of silver. Now, how effective is that? You may be wondering. Well, there is a way to be able to bring up exactly how much silver we have, and I want to show you where we're at here. So we've been farming, and like I say, I farm a lot, like a whole lot. So we're going to pick this up right here, this contract. So we're going to hold this contract. We want to bring it up. Then we're going to go into our journal and bring this up. So this is a delivery for silver. This is how hard I've been working on this. If you will look here, it tells you exactly how much is on here, which is, let me get the decimal places right, 2,139,491,482 silver. Now that's taken from the method that I just told you to do in farming this. Every day, hammering it out. This is a grind game. They're not going to sell you silver. They're not going to sell you pieces 8. They're not going to sell you the sovereigns. Now, the best way to get sovereigns is earning your pieces of 8. So one of the things that I do every week, and it's about time to collect. I don't collect, just keep collecting my 8s. I have what I need. What I'm doing now is I am collecting sovereigns. And the way that I build those sovereigns up is by running my isle here. So what I want to do, coming to the leaderboard, you see your seasonal. Once you've hit diamond rank, you're good. When you come into weekly here, all right, we are currently tier 5, 1,389 in place. We can make one pickup here. That's going to kick our tier up, and we're going to be able to grab some more sovereigns, 250 to be exact. That is how you farm sovereigns. Don't collect every day because you're bouncing within that tier. You want to make sure, especially after a weekly reset like we just had on Monday night, Tuesday morning, that you pick up, wait until almost the end of the week, and pick up again. That's going to give you 500 extra sovereign every week once you've hit that diamond rank. That is the best way to get that, guys. I know there's a lot of videos and there's a lot of gamers out there that's going to tell you to go grab art and to grab, the different types of wines and supplies, and those are great ways to do things. But let me tell you, if you are wanting to keep your aisles full and keep those running to build up to where you have a million pieces 8 or more back for when the season resets, understand something. I want to put this as clearly as possible. This is directly from Ubisoft. There seems to be a lot of confusion within the gaming community, which I have no idea why. I'm going to show you what they're talking about resetting 8s. So when you come to the leaderboard, when you are looking for this season, this is telling you exactly how many 8s you've collected. So 2,135,518 is how many I've collected so far. That's for the entire season. Okay? That gets reset to zero. The bank at the top where we have over a million in there right now, that's not going to get touched. The sovereigns, that's not going to get touched. What is going to reset is the actual leaderboard. So it doesn't matter if you have 50 billion pieces of 8 come next season, it's not going to help you on the leaderboard at all. What is going to help you is you have ground ahead, so you're going to be able to access. Let's go there. You'll be able to access your black market and whatever kind of new items. If you remember when season 1 kicked off, we had a lot of new items in there. We ended up, we'll look at what they were. We had, oh, it seems like it's the Wrathful Ward, I think is what it is here. Yeah, that cost us 450 sovereigns. We ended up having the LaFleur in here. Now they say that you can get that blueprint by farming LaPest. We farm him every day. So for those who are in our Discord group that are watching this right now, I see your comments about what is the best time to get on, why don't we organize? Well, everybody gets on the same time just about every day. Now we do have people in the UK and other time zones, so you need to make sure that you're talking to them to coordinate what they've got going on. We have leadership, captains, we have our commodores, and then of course our admirals in the fleet, so you'll be able to coordinate with those guys. But the best way to get teamed up is don't be shy, jump into voice chat, say, hey, I've got some missions I'd like to run, can you help me out? That's going to be the best way to do it. So of course we're looking right here, we have the LaFleur was 600 sovereigns. Seemed like it was actually more than that at one time. I think that price has actually come down, could be wrong. I was thinking it was like 750, but hey, you know, that's going to give us, like say, 4,460. If you remember when you came in here and everyone was like freaking out because it was going to cost 5,000 to get that Sandbuck blueprint, which was located here. Yeah, so this was a 5,000 pieces of 8 purchase, and everyone was like, it's going to take forever to get up there. Well, we're sitting well over a million. So no, you're not going to get there overnight. You're not going to get there within a week. But you have it was almost 4 months that we've been given here. Coming to the end of May, they added another week on. You need to understand that. For the past, there's been plenty of time to be able to get that. We could have more 8s collected if we wanted to fund all 3 areas right now. Just basically fund a red isle and pick that up. When I see that I hit that 1,300 mark within the ranks, I'll hit it. It kicks me up to, you know, the 400, 500, 600 area for the week. That's going to give me 250 sovereigns, and I'll just wait. So like I'm going to fund these up, and then tomorrow it looks like we have quite a few full banks right now. We could pick them up, and I want to make sure that everything is full that I'm going to pick up, do one mass pickup. That's going to kick us up where we're going to get that other 250 sovereigns for the week. So I'm hoping by the end of May, it's going to be pretty close. We should be getting pretty close to having 5,000 sovereigns again. So we'll be just below that number, it looks like. But that's how you do it. And again, I'm leaving this up here. If you're wondering exactly how much silver you have, pick up a roving supply deal. It's going to show you, if you look at the right hand corner, because we've hit the RT button, it's showing you acquire silver. Well, we know how much we need, but it's showing exactly how much you have there. It's over 2 billion. And that comes from hard farming. Now, I've heard that there's actually some exploits or something like that out there. I don't know. I don't get into those types of things. When you play a game, what judges if you're good at that game is not knowing the ways to cheat in the game, is to see how dedicated you are to the grind of that game. And I want to take a moment and just kind of talk about that, because we get this thing where there's this disconnect within gaming communities, and I know a lot of people have seen it. So apparently, like, you know, it sounds like that there was some kind of duplicate glitch or something with 8s early on. I don't know, didn't care to know, don't care if it happens again. It's not something I like to do. I want to see what my personal progress is. And I know a lot of people like to see what the personal progress is, and they get upset because apparently up in this leaderboard here, when you get people that are in the top 10 slots, you're looking at, you know, 10, 15, 20 million pieces of 8 collected. Hey, that's fine. That's good for them. I'm glad for them. If they got that, you know, doing whatever kind of means, hey, it's on them. Once you hit diamond, you're going to get the diamond skin. Doesn't look like anything I want to do. Now, there is an AI generated image going around on this where people are throwing up like they're showing exactly what it's going to like. This has not been released. This cosmetic piece has not been released yet. So they're using the little bit of image that they give you, and they're just kind of guessing around what the suit's going to look like. Playing with an AI converter is all that is. So You're not going to know exactly what it looks like, unfortunately, folks, until it comes out. But it does look like a pretty cool mask. If you're into the yellow and, the gray kind of, fancy looking officer, probably a cool little outfit. But I wanted to tell you and just show you guys. Check the videos. Any video I put out is the techniques that I use. And I remember hearing so many people talk about, no, what you got to do is you got to come down here to Dutchman's Camp, and you got to buy the art here, and you just got to keep jumping in and out of the server until they finally sell you the art, and then from there you got to come over and you got to come back over here into where's that area at? I think it's right here, Common Grove, and come over here to sell those art pieces, and then you just got to keep doing that. Let me tell you, that is a very boring way to play this game, and it may work, and I don't know how much money they have. They may have up into the trillions. I have no idea. But if you will do this way right here, folks, this is how you're going to get in there. So one of the things that you wanted to do also early on, and being the Roadman Godin is still here, I don't know exactly if it still drops the way it used to. I still do see a lot of the repair kit 3s. You can sell those to silver to people. There's a lot of people that buy that kind of stuff. But something else you can do is all of the items that they just dump in bulk, sell it. Once you've got 100 of each item, I don't think you need any more than that, but sell that stuff. Just get rid of it. Just go ahead and sell it. That's going to be your best way to compete in this game. If you're coming into Season 2 and you're flat freaking broke on silver, it's going to be harsh. If you don't have the 8s, this is where people are getting upset because, one, not everybody has the time to game the way that some of us game. People have lives, they have families, they have jobs, and things like that. So, and that's great for them, but you don't hold the rest of us gamers that are retired and all that, got everybody raised up, moved out and all. You don't hold us down in a video game. To do that is just messed up, man. But that seems to be the gaming culture that we see today happening a lot. What we want to see is we want to see where we can come in, and when we start Season 2, I'm going to be able to take over any kind of area I want to do. The captures, they'll probably have the legendary heists as well for those who prefer to do it that way as well. Up to you. A lot of times you get legendary heists a little more frequently than you will those capture points. So what you want to do, make sure that you have the silver that's going to be required to keep your stuff funded over here. This is going to help give you 8s. Alright, over here to distillery. But if you don't have the pieces of 8 saved up as well, how are you going to bring these bases up? It's going to take you a while. If you come into Season 2 and you're flat broke, that's one of the things that we tell our guys. So we do have guys that are new to the game that have joined up, and this is one of the things we're about our community. We want to see everybody succeed. If you're wanting to play with the group and you want to succeed in the game, we're going to help you get there. We may or may not be the best that are out there. That's debatable on any type of game, but the fact is the teamwork that we have, we're building one heck of a team, a strong team at that, because when we run where we got all our 8 set up, what we do is we'll pick up the 8s, and then we'll start up the helm wager, and boom, we'll let one of our people take the wager and go deliver it to help get them up so that they are ready for Season 2 as well. So that's one of the things that's great about teamwork. Some people see that as unfair, but that is building a gaming community, but it's also building an in-game fleet, or as we're calling it in one of the deck videos, they were talking about maybe potential clans coming out. Well, that's how it's done, folks. You can do it without waiting on that content to happen. Help your fellow pirates out that you play with, help your team, and they're going to help you in return. And when you have things that come up like the Blighted Bastion over here, or Zamaharabu, or the Roadman Godin, or the other Lepest that's selling around, or whatever they throw at us, we're going to be able to bring the arms to bear. And that's one of the great things about it is when we get weapons, we're talking, the higher end weapons, we don't sit there and just bogart that stuff to ourselves. We figure out ways to help get other people armed properly to help them build their ships. So again, check those videos. There's 2 playlists here for Skull and Bones. One will be content like this, which is tips and showing you what to do, how to do it. The other is your build sheets on your ships. It's going to teach you how to build each type of ship. People have their own preferences. I show you what works for me. There is no such thing as the best ship in the game as of right now, because there's just not enough dividing content there. Now, You may come in and say, well, I know for a fact that my ship that shoots long range, everything's long distance, it does a fantastic job when I play it. Well, if you take someone who uses more of a close quarter combat style because they don't like the slow reload of a long range cannon, or maybe they don't like the rise and drop of the ocean while they're firing and missing, there's different types of players, so you have to see what suits their needs. And that's one of the things that our gaming team does, our captains and our commodores. They get out there, they fight with you, they see what's going on. If you're missing most of your shots from a long distance, they're going to recommend, hey man, why don't you try these weapons and hook you up with something and see if it works better for you. And we're usually able to figure out exactly what it is that you're going to need to be at the tip top of your condition in gameplay. Doesn't matter if you have a torpedo that can do 1 billion damage. If you can't hit them with that thing, it's not going to help. If you have Skurlock long nines, it doesn't matter if it does massive damage under certain conditions if you can't hit those weak spots. So that's the thing. You have to learn your limitations, find limitations, work with people to get you trained up into those other types of weapons as well. And that's one of the things we offer within our Discord. So if you look for a great group of guys, make sure you pop in. Now, there is almost always somebody on. Now, we are Central Time here. Typically by 5 p.m. is when you're going to start seeing the teams building up. By 7 o'clock, though, in the afternoon, by 7 p.m. here Central Time, you're going to see that there's usually a couple of voice chat rooms that's full, and you can come in and submit what it is that you're working on, and those guys are going to help you with it. But understand, other people that are looking for help have come in and got in. You're not going to jump to the head of the line, but you're going to have to play with everybody. If you think just go come in and go help you finish your contract, and you'll scoot on out, or you come in and you won't, you know, hey man, if y'all could hook me up with some 8s or help me up with some in-game weapons that's going to cost sovereign, then they give it to you, and then you slide out of the Discord back to your group. We're watching for that kind of stuff too. You've got to become an integral member before you're going to get those types of privileges and stuff amongst people. Now, as far as inside trading, if you know you're trading for silver or whatever you decide to do, that's up to you. Each person can do as they want. And that we don't get involved in people's trading at all. We don't intercept their deals or anything like that. We will inform you if you're looking to buy something that you can potentially farm. We'll say, hey man, we're going on farming raids. Once you join us, it might drop for you. If it doesn't, then hey, you still have the option to buy it. But I hope you've had this been an enlightening video to teach you that, yeah man, it sucks. You got to do some really hard grinding in the game sometimes to get to where you want to be. But we're going to bring that number up again for you folks right there. Acquiring that silver, and like I said, if you follow what I told you in the beginning of this video, you're looking at the 2,139,491,482 silver. That is going to last a very, very, very long time. You're not going to have to farm again. That's from one season. I stopped farming 2 days ago. That's where I'm at. So you want to be able to bump up them level 10s. I myself, I don't care about leaderboard stats. What I'm looking at is making sure I have the pieces of 8 and the sovereigns I'm going to need going into the season, a new season, to be able to buy those equipments that we need. And that's going to be the key to whether or not you're successful in your endeavors in this game. Skull and Bones has been a fantastic game. This was actually something that I had requested for Christmas. Of course, it come out a few months afterwards, but I've been loving this game. I know a lot of people that are like, well, hey man, do you think it's worth the purchase price? Well, I got it for free as a Christmas gift. But would I have paid it? Yeah, it was on my list. Would I be disappointed in it? Absolutely not. I've had a lot of fun. Been playing this thing since even before February, guys, with the closed betas and then the open beta and then the 3-day early access and all that good stuff. So we've been getting a lot of really solid gameplay on it. One of the biggest things is, if you're going to play it, you need to be able to put the grind in on it. It's not going to happen quick. You're not going to just pop in, get a few days, an hour here, an hour there, and be able to compete in all these top tier missions. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to hop off here.